Hey, what's going on, guys? This is Dean from the studio department of the Sachem Public Library, and today we'll be doing a Adobe Audition tutorial, how to get started with effects, and I'll just be showing you guys a couple effects that, could boost your audio quality and just really get you to the next level with audio recording. So let's start right up and let's go on Adobe Audition. So we'll start a brand new project. We'll just name it Adobe Audition Effects Tutorial. And just remember to always save this at a place you'll remember. And the rest of the settings are okay. Now, once you get to Adobe, a big part of this is window, so I was actually messing around with the window before starting up, and a big part is you want to have this editor, because without this you can't record and all that. So we're going to start with this. Just make sure you press R to record, and we'll just record something easy. Hey, what's going on, guys? I'm Dean Meyer. I would like to do an effects tutorial, and just to show you guys what all the effects that they offer here on Adobe Audition. So just hear this back. Hey, what's going on, guys? I'm Dean Meyer. I would like to do an effects tutorial, and just to show you guys what all the effects that they offer here on Adobe Audition. So right there you have your file, and again, you want to always use the window because this could really help. And most of the window is good for me, but I'll get to a couple places with the workspace, how you could do certain things, and how you could get basically the most productive, workspace for yourself. And so we'll go on here, we'll just highlight the thing, and right here is where you could do the effects. You could just a little drop down and shows you all the effects you could do. You could also go over here, highlight here, and get the effects. So it's either one. So you just click this, and I could just go on something like noise reduction, which is huge. If you just go on active noise reduction and then press OK, a big part of this is just going back and forth and hearing this. So this is just the reduced noise by, so basically this is just what reduces the noise entirely. And just say you have a big white noise, or you had a fan in the background, obviously you don't want to be recording like that, but if that's the situation, you have no choice and have to edit it, then this is something that's, vital in the editing and effects process. So this, you could just reduce it completely. I didn't have much, but I'll just toy with it just to show you guys. So I'll just toy with it a little bit, and this is huge here because if you have like a really loud noise, this kind of just takes it down and basically takes away the noise. And if you just mess around with it at a good length, you could hear the differences. Hey, what's going on, guys? I'm Dean Meyer. I would like to do an effects tutorial, and just to show you guys what all the effects that they offer here on Adobe Audition. Again, you're not going to hear it much in mine because I don't have really any background noise, but you don't want to go as high as I did. I was just testing it out. But you want to definitely move this up a little bit if you have a big noise, and then just move this up because it kind of compresses and makes your audio quality just sound a little bit better. So that's one of the effects. I'll mess around with a couple more just to show you guys some basic ones. That one's huge. Another big one is for reverb. We'll just mess around with the reverb. Hey, what's going on, guys? I'm Dean Meyer. As you can tell, that's a lot of reverb, but you could just add how you could make this a little bit more wet, make it a little more dry. I would like to do an effects tutorial, and just to show you guys all the effects that they offer here on Adobe Audition. Hey, what's going on, guys? I'm Dean Meyer. I would like to do an effects tutorial and just to show you guys what all the... So as you can see, I put it really low. I put it on just 16%. And what's cool about that is you could hear it, you know, precisely that it's definitely has a reverb in the background. And this is something a lot, especially if you're doing music, a lot of people use, is they like to just mess around with the reverb, and just makes it sound, you know, more professional. And especially if you're doing any like voiceover, could make you sound more announcer like. So the reverb is another big one. I'll show you guys a couple more that I like to use. Another big one I like to use is hard limiter, and this just kind of compresses all of the audio together and could so just say you have one piece of audio that is louder than the other, it could just compress it and all basically equalize the thing exactly. And if you just mess around really with the boost, and of course each time you're doing one of these effects, as you saw on the reverb, I'll show you again, what you want to do is the effects that they offer here, obviously you could hear that. What you want to do is click this off and on. So if you're doing anything with voiceover or non-voiceover, whatever the case may be, you just want to make sure that you're clicking this. Dean Meyer, I would like to do, so it's on right now, but when it's not green, an effects tutorial, it's off. Just to show you, it's off. Guys, what all the effects that they offer here on Adobe. So just make sure you're playing around with that. Is to equalize all the audio, is just see where the range is going from, and you could always just lower this if you don't want it hitting above this point. Audition. Hey, what's going on, guys? I'm Dean Meyer. So if you really lower it, you could tell, obviously. Tutorial, and just to show you guys what, so as I showed right there, you know, once I lowered it completely and dragged this down, you know, you could see how much it the difference and how low it got, because it doesn't take all the lows and all the highs. So there's a couple more I'd like to show you. Again, I want to show you the window too. So another tool I do, especially when I'm editing audio, if I'm mixing it, whatever the case may be, is the mixer. So here in the window, you could do two different setups. I could have my editor on the right and my mixer on the left. And as you can see, this was the first track. If I really want to boost it, I could really boost it. But, you know, I'm not going to do that. Just going to leave it at 0. But also, so you could see all of your tracks at once. So each time you have a different track, just say there was 4 different tracks, you could see which is too high, which is too low, and really just come together and have the best quality possible, but just by moving these and moving your highs and your lows from this chart as well. So as you can see on here, effects that they offer. What's going on, guys? I'm Dean Meyer. I would like to do an effects tutorial and just to show you guys what all the effects that they offer here on Adobe Audition. So based off this, you could really just go for your highs and lows, and really just trial and error what you like and what you don't. So also the last thing I'll show for here is as your effects show up, and as, remember, the greens, that means it's on, the greens means it's off right here. Anytime you use an effect, you know, you need this green on, and this is also a dB button, so or a volume button, and you can move it up and down. Again, this is if you want to turn this on, again, this is for the highs and the lows. So once you turn this on, you can see if you don't want it past this point right here where this L is, then you could put that here. But if you want it way past that point, you could put it up there. So it's really just testing and seeing the best possible quality. So you have that there. Just make sure that's green, because if it's not green, then it's not on again. Here, we're on the master, which is fine, but sometimes, you know, you might have a file or whatever that you drag in, and it might go into mono, and that means you just hear it off, you know, one speaker or one headphone if you have headphones in, and you want this on stereo, or if it's on master, that's okay, but definitely stereo at least. So it's that it's on both headphones and both speakers. So that's for the window. I usually, when I'm mixing or mastering, have this up. Go right back here, and you go back to your editor. Just make sure it's checked, and you have this right over here. And if you want to close the mixer, you could just do that. Okay, so I'll show you guys 2 more effects, and I'll wrap this up. And the 2 more is delay and echo. I would like to do an effects tutorial and just show you guys. So again, as you can see, you can mess around with that. What all the effects, and you could do it with the time and how how wet or dry something is, because the more you hear it, the more you could hear that effect, and it'll be very clear that you want to show the usage of that effect. But if you don't want it as much, you could definitely put it towards the lower end here on Adobe. It just depends what you want. And again, you would just have to play with it, and depending on your preferences. Now the last effect I'll show you is echo, and again, this is another one that you might hear in music, or you might hear it during a film, or whatever the case may be. I'll show you how to use this one. Audition. Hey, what's going on, guys? I'm Dean Meyer. So as you can see, there's a lot of feedback, and there's a lot. So again, I personally would just lower everything, and not to where you can't hear it, but towards a little bit more where it's not as clear, and it's not as like screaming at you, the echo. I would like to do an effects tutorial, and so it's definitely a little bit more calmer. And those are just some of the effects I use, whether I'm doing music, or I'm doing audio editing, or whatever the case may be. Alright, so that's going to be it for the tutorial, guys. Thank you guys for tuning in.